everyone. We are here with Tyler Kube from JX. I have honor asking him some questions. He's here to help us. Tyler, for people who don't know you, tell us your story. How did you end up in the trucking and with the JX?
Yeah, that's a good question, Stojan. So both my parents have their CDLs and they're both commercial drivers. So I've always had a enjoyment and appreciation for trucks. So when the opportunity came up to work at JX, I was very intrigued, very encouraged about the opportunity. I started here at JX about 5.5 years ago. JX is a family-owned company, been around for over 55 years. We have 28 locations throughout the Midwest. We specialize in Peterbilt trucks on the new truck side. On the pre-owned side, we have all makes and models. We, of course, have service, parts, lease, and rental as well.
Wow. Before trucking, I used to work in the kitchen. And I was working as a prep cook, so it's always good to be ready. So that's why we have a question.
Sure.
So next one is, what is a normal day look for somebody in your position?
Yeah, that's a great question. So here in the industry, in the sales industry, and why I like it is no day is the same. I could come into work with a plan. I'm going to do this, this, and this. And of course, I like to get to the plan, but I may have to improvise if I get a call, someone wants to see a truck, or if I have somebody needing a truck and I want to go deliver it. There's a lot of things that go on throughout the day, but primarily it's talking to customers, meeting with them, building the relationship with them, asking how I can help them, and then however I can fit into that and best help their company and help them be successful is what I'm going to do.
Great. Thank you for explaining that. You mentioned you delivering the trucks.
Yes.
Can you tell us something about that? I know the story, but you can give us a heads up.
Yeah. So here at JX, obviously we have a lot of new trucks that come in and out quite often, and we're somewhat limited on our delivery drivers. And I never want that to be an excuse that we can't meet the deadline for when a customer has drivers coming in to pick up their trucks. So I got my CDL, my Class B CDL, so I could just drive the tractors. And if a customer needs it, I will take the truck to their facility. I'll get an Uber back to my car, and I'll keep taking as many as I have to till we get the job done.
Huge respect to that. Huge respect to that. Do you remember when we started working? When was the first truck that you delivered to AAM Network?
Yeah, good question.
To us.
Yeah, I remember meeting you back in 2021. Our first meeting was over lunch in Oak Brook Terrace at the rooftop restaurant. It was a great conversation. It was great learning more about AAM. And I knew from that moment that I was very intrigued with your business model and how you were growing and how you're structuring it. And I knew from that moment I really wanted to work with you and build a relationship. And ever since then, we've been great business partners and have a relationship since that time.
Yeah, and it's great to mention that we are now almost at the 30 trucks that we actually bought, 30 Peterbilts from Tyler from JX. That's very important to mention. Have you seen some of our posts where we mention you and JX? And tell us honestly, what do you think about that?
Yeah, so I'm honored on any social media site to be recognized or promoted, I should say. That tells me that I'm doing a good job, but also that our dealership is, because you want to promote that to your friends and colleagues. And on that topic, AAM Network is a huge reason why I'm where I'm at in JX. You spreading the word not only through social media, but to close colleagues, business partners, to tell them about what we offer here at JX has brought a lot of business our way. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Tell me, do you like the way we spec and design our trucks?
Yeah, absolutely. So these trucks here, they're spec'd very much for aerodynamics, but also driver comfort and driver satisfaction, along with reliability. In addition to that, your logos on the side they stand out. They're incredible, and then also the color choice is great. Everyone knows when AAM Network's trucks come into the lot. They're the brightest ones, and honestly, in my opinion, the best looking ones. They're spec'd incredibly.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
What was your first reaction seeing our trucks line up? You think, okay, these guys are serious?
Yeah, absolutely. After the factory tour that we went on, and we came back, and you placed your first custom order, going through every single spec line by line, making sure it was exactly what you needed. When those first trucks showed up from your group, I looked at them and I knew you were going to be happy. One, because we build them together, but also because they showed up. They had the quality of Peterbilt, but also your uniqueness of color, and I just knew that you and your drivers would love them.
Thanks. You mentioned the factory, our trip over there. How was that? How often you go there? That's some unbelievable experience that we had
Yeah.
honor to go together.
Yeah, so I had been to the factory before. You and I went down there before for more of like an introduction when I was a younger salesman. But actually, you were my first customer that I took down to the plant, and it was a much better experience getting to go with a customer than just going on my own, because I realized how much it meant to you to see the trucks that you were going to be purchasing or had purchased go down the line, and the craftsmanship and the quality behind it just painted a different picture than just seeing the truck show up on the lot.
Okay, cool. Did you know one of our blogs was about Pete 579 that is ranked very high on the Google? What do you think about trucking company building strong brands online today?
Yeah,
About that?
absolutely. So online presence is an extremely important part of our industry and our business. Social media is blowing up. So yeah, when I heard that when you typed in, I believe it was Peterbilt 579 Ultraloft, and your link or your post came up to the top. First off, I was very happy that you chose, or that Peterbilt blew up. Of course, we're working for the company or the dealership. It was cool to see that. But yeah, social media, it's how I get a lot of my business. Besides word of mouth, I'd say social media or marketing is my second best avenue of getting in front of customers. So if you're advertising to drivers to come drive for you, or if you're just trying to promote your brand, I'd say, yeah, social media is great, and that's awesome that Peterbilt is involved in it.
Couldn't agree more. What are carriers looking for today when buying trucks? Is it fuel economy, comfortable, reliability? What do you think?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, with fuel prices going up as they are, I would say fuel economy is becoming more of a important topic. I think it does have to go to the company to decide whether they want the truck specced out something like a 589, more of a classic look. Maybe they're hauling flatbed. So I would say it depends on what the customer's hauling, but I would say mostly for dry van and reefer, I would say over 90-95% are going with the more aerodynamic 579s or other industry trucks that are made for aerodynamics to save on the fuel economy, but also in that they want to make sure that their drivers are happy. These thankfully have a lot of space in the inside for driver retention. They have driver comfort, a lot of safety features as well in these trucks. So to answer your question, I think it does depend on what the carrier is hauling, but for dry van and reefer, I would say the fuel economy is the number one, and then driver retention is right there with it.
You already answered my next questions. Thank you. What do you think? What mistakes smaller fleets make when buying trucks or trying to grow too fast?
Sure, that's a great question. I would say they focus more on the cool factor as opposed to getting a quality truck. For example, you could get something that's still quality and still is going to make drivers happy, but also not go above and beyond and completely like chroming it out or getting like the best interior that you could, or getting like a longer wheelbase to look cooler, but then that cuts down on fuel economy. So I would say getting trucks that are above their means, or what they need to haul. I would say that is one of the bigger mistakes, and then also possibly growing too rapidly without a set promotion team to get drivers, so that they don't have trucks sitting and no drivers.
This is probably one of the luxury places I ever been, and I'm honest. Tyler, now we have last couple of questions. If you had to describe AAM in 3 words after years of working together, what would they be?
Yeah, so the first one that comes to mind is dedicated. And the reason I say that is you and Milos both are very dedicated to not only your drivers, but also your equipment that you purchase, your team members. I can tell that every time I talk to you in the way that you spec out your trucks. The next one that comes to mind, and specifically for our relationship, is just like communication or personable. And it that comes to mind because we're always in communication, even if you're not purchasing trucks at that time. We're sharing information, market industry information, and keeping in communication. And then also the last word, and I know that it's two words here, but I would just say hardworking. You're one of the hardest workers that I know, and business owners. I know Milos is as well. And I could say for anybody looking to drive or work with AAM Network, they're not going to be disappointed because you and Milos are backing and behind the company.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Tell me, do you have any advice that you can give to somebody that trying to grow from, let's say, 5 trucks to 40 plus trucks?
Sure. Yeah, great question. And I would say it sounds counterintuitive, but patience. You don't want to grow too fast, in my opinion, where you're over leveraging, or possibly getting more equipment than you have drivers or dispatchers or team members to handle. So I would say grow steady. If you have the team and you have the backing, try it out with a few more trucks. If it's good, keep going from there and adding. If not, if you find that sweet spot, just recycle the trucks and get new ones after your decided mileage. That way you're not overgrowing or working too fast. But if you have the lanes, if you have the dispatch and the team and the drivers, grow as fast as you want, as long as you know that you can keep up with it.
And of course, you need to have somebody like you back on the side,
Of course.
so you can have the support. And this is no paid ad. Okay, cool. And last but not least, after everything we built together, what do you think the future looks like for us and also for you?
Sure, absolutely. So the future for you and your team, in my opinion, is very bright. The years of working with you, even in a market that hasn't been so favorable, with you and your success in that time, I can't wait to see where your company goes when things start, and then they already are, to just start getting better. I can't wait to see the growth and the amount of drivers that I believe will be lining up to work for you and drive in these beautiful trucks. So that's where I think AAM can go as high and as far as you want it to go, because you're the head of it, and I know you, and you'll do everything you can to make it the best company ever. As far as me, I know I told you this yesterday at our lunch. I hope to retire here at JX. So I'm not going anywhere. I believe in the brand. I believe in our company here at JX, our service department, our parts department, everything I believe in, and I'm fully invested in. So I look forward to growing together and building that relationship and continuing our friendship and business partnership for years to come.
Same. Thank you so much, Tyler. I appreciate.
Absolutely.
Should we take a spin?
Yeah.
Put the seatbelt. Safety always first. Guys, thank you for your patience. We're gonna bring this beauty back to our yard to one of our drivers. See you soon.